Hi there, my name is John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look to lectionary texts and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer or the kids' room or the garage, something like that. You know the drill. You've been with me long enough to know that, and I am so glad that you've been with me for at least the last couple of years for sure. If you are new to the Dollar Store Children's Sermons, welcome. Thanks for coming along on this journey. And today, this is for the Revised Common Lectionary for December 26th, the first Sunday of Christmas. We are looking at the gospel lesson and also the second reading from Colossians. So, a couple of springboards going on here. For Colossians, talking about putting something on, putting on the gifts of the Spirit, putting on, So, if you have an ugly sweater, for an ugly sweater contest, if you have an ugly sweater, this is the Sunday to wear it. And you can use that as a springboard for your for the children's sermon around putting something on. That how sometimes things, they're not really comfortable, or they don't seem comfortable, but you put them on and you're like, hey, this is really cool. And the Colossians text about putting something on. So that's the tie-in and the springboard that goes from there. The second springboard, and the one I'm really being drawn to, is for the gospel lesson, and it has to do, I think I've been missing my family or missing my parents because I keep coming up with things like, I was talking about my grandmother, Ma, who had all kinds of sayings. This was a couple of, maybe last week before, a stitch in time saves 9 and all of that. And the other, don't make me repeat myself. Don't make me come over there. But last Sunday was all about don't make me repeat myself, where Paul repeats himself. This, I'm going to talk about how when I was a kid, there was something if I did something wrong, and this is especially when I was a teenager, if I did something wrong or my dad asked me something that was, I don't know, if I was just a little snotty, maybe that's a good word, I would say, sorry. And it's like, sorry. And my dad's like, you were as far away from being sorry as possible. And to say that with that tone was pretty much, I was telling my dad where to go. It was like, and he called me on it, but it was like, sorry. And the reason I bring that up is a story about when you were a teenager, a story about when maybe back-talk your parents. I have a story where my dad actually came searching for us in SeaWorld, and that whole conflict, if you will, when he found us, and it was not pretty, but was deserved. They were scared. And I could imagine that in this text, when Mary and Joseph are looking for Jesus, when it's like 3 days, they've been traveling for a while, look around, realize that Jesus isn't there. And they go and they search for Jesus, and they find Jesus in the synagogue. They find Jesus there, and it's a temple. I don't have the text in front of me. Place of worship, so either the temple or the synagogue, place of worship where we get that standard, why were you searching for me? Didn't you not know I would be in my Father's house? That's the tone we give it. Why? Why would you search for me? Because I am here. And the fact is that there's a good chance, because we can't read tone, but I love to think of Jesus, Jesus fully man, fully God, and fully human. And I can imagine how it would be where they see Jesus there. Jesus, why did you make us? Oh, you're driving me up the wall, crazy. And he goes, well, why were you searching for me? Didn't you know I'd be in my Father's house? And there's something about that tone that helps me relate to Jesus, or more to the point, makes me understand that Jesus can relate to me on my days when I get grumpy, and my days when I get snotty, and I get, So that's the springboard where I'm going with, is that tone of voice, and that Jesus knows what we're going through. So, all right, I hope these can be useful for your own children's sermon. Merry Christmas, by the way. We are, I'm recording this, just shy of the fourth Sunday of Advent, but Merry Christmas to you. I hope your Christmas Eves were, your Christmas Eve is, because I'm sure you're going to be watching this before Christmas Eve. But I hope your season is full of joy and kindness, and may you're rocking it, and yeah. So blessings be on you. I know that you're in my prayers, and may the peace of God that passes all understanding, guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. All right. We'll talk to you later. I could talk to you all day, but we got things to do, don't we? All right. Peace. I'll see you next week.